Did you know that Billy Joel once wrote a concept album that detailed a love affair that left him so broken that he actually attempted suicide at the end of it? Well, he did, and today we're going to talk about it. Before Billy Joel was an institution beloved the world over and able to sell out Madison Square Garden more times than Jake Paul has been kicked out of a restaurant, he was just a humble musician living with a bandmate named John Small. Also living with John and Billy was a woman named Elizabeth Weber, who is John's wife. Now, every day John would wake up and go to his day job, and Elizabeth would crawl into Billy's room and, well, ask your parents what happens when two people love each other very much. It's actually kind of beautiful in the right circumstances. As what always happens in situations like this, eventually John found out, and the fallout was so bad that Elizabeth actually left both of them. Billy was devastated, and that devastation led to 1971's Cold Spring Harbor, his first studio album, and the story of the affair and his eventual suicide attempt. Early on in the album, you get a song like You Can Set Me Free, which sounds like just about any other love song of the era, except in the context of what was going on in Billy Joel's life, we can assume it's about Elizabeth. The protagonist is saying this is a woman that he loves so much that if she would only be with him, he would be set free.
Don't you know my only real moments are the ones I spend with you? How I long to drink some wine again with you.
Then you get to a song like Turn Around, in which Billy is saying to a woman who's left him, please, I'll do anything to make you turn around. I'll sing for you a song if you just come back to me. The name of the woman in that song, Eliza, which doesn't take a lot of math to get from Eliza to Elizabeth. If you're going to make up a name, you got to do a little bit better than that.
Oh, Eliza, you must begin again, and all the roads that you have walked are coming to an end.
Now we come to the real heavy stuff. If you're sensitive to this sort of thing, I urge you, please end the video here because I don't want to upset you. The last three songs in the album are Tomorrow Is Today, Nocturn, and Got to Begin Again. Let's start with Tomorrow Is Today, the 8th song on the album, which is Billy Joel's note. I'm not saying that like an English major speculating. This was his literal suicide note, the thing that he left before he went and attempted suicide. It's a beautiful song. It's haunting. It talks about how every day feels exactly the same to him. And if you've ever been depressed, you know that gray sameness is how it feels. I know this because as a stand-up comic, I'm legally obligated to be clinically depressed.
Nothing comes to change my life, so tomorrow is today.
There is one part of the song that's very interesting. About 2/3 of the way through, the song moves from these complicated ethereal chords to these like simple F, G, and C chords. And I believe this is the moment that Billy Joel has decided to end his life. If you've ever been depressed, you understand that forward momentum, even if that forward momentum is sending you into the abyss, feels better than doing nothing.
Oh my, going to the river, gonna take a ride, and the Lord will deliver me. Make my bed, I'm gonna lie in it. If you don't come, sure gonna die in it.
Then you get to Nocturne, the 9th song on the album, one of Billy Joel's few instrumental tracks. Nocturne means night, and when you consider that Billy Joel went into a coma after his attempted suicide, this song following Tomorrow Is Today takes on a haunted, melancholy beauty. Evokes the hazy wordlessness of that eternal night that he must have felt like as he floated through the twilight of his own mind, which is pretty heady stuff from the guy who wrote Uptown Girl. And finally, we get Got to Begin Again, which doesn't have a lot of hidden meaning. I mean, this is about someone who has been depressed and now has to get up and face the day one more time. Here's a little PS to the story. Eventually, Elizabeth came back to Billy, and the two of them were married for 9 years. They were so close, and their business was so entangled that her brother actually became Billy Joel's business manager, and he stole like $60 million from Billy, and that became the basis of the last studio album that he did, The River of Dreams. So there you have it, the story of Cold Spring Harbor, Billy Joel's first album. A bunch of songs you probably never heard with a depth of meaning that you probably didn't expect. If you like this, please like and share it with a friend and comment and all that stuff. The algorithm, we're all slaves to the algorithm. Your algorithm is coming from.